Time for a review of stories making the headlines in the papers. With me in the studio is public affairs analyst Ambrose Igboke. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Theophilus.
All right, we have newspapers here. Of course, the headline in the Vanguard says alleged certificate forgery. Court voids Adeleke's nomination for Osun governorship poll. The writer says it's miscarriage of justice. That's according to Adeleke. And the New Telegraph is saying here, how airlines drug barons implicate Nigerians, says federal government, says execution of Nigerians in Saudi Arabia pathetic. The Blueprint is saying here, Buhari, why I declined assets to Al Jakarta company bill, 7 others, rejects National Assembly debt figures for states. The Guardian says, Wike leads Rivers poll in 13 out of 15 councils. AAC promises to challenge outcome in court. The Daily Sun says Buhari accuses National Assembly of padding, says lawmakers inflated debts federal government owes states, cites Delta, Taraba figures as example, senators keep mum. This Day is saying here, Wike leads in 13 LGAs as INEC continues collation of results today. The writer says army stays away, police take charge of security. PDP hails court's verdict dismissing AAC's quest to halt tally. The Daily Trust is saying here, constituency project, ICPC to prosecute politicians, contractors who divert funds. Now, those are the newspapers, so we'll start with the Daily Trust. Constituency projects, ICPC to prosecute politicians, contractors who divert funds.
Well, no, the ICPC, I think it just wants to make some noise so that people will still know that they are existing because I mean, it has been so quiet for a while. Now, we remember the formative stage of ICPC when it was really backing and biting. For a while, EFCC seems to be the only body, but EFCC is restricted in the terms that it's just financial fraud, okay? ICP is supposed to be holistic in terms of, its investigation and its dragnet. But for a while, they have been sleeping. So after the first chairman, I don't think ICPC, whether it's deliberate or not, I don't know. But for now, ICPC should just see some introspect, consolidate its house, and see what it can do better. But for now, ICPC is just, I think, huffing and puffing. There's nothing there. They can't do anything.
So how can the ICPC be strengthened to live up to its responsibilities?
Well, the apparatus are there. I think for Nigeria, we don't build on structures. Most of the time is on personalities. So for now, we don't have strong institutions. We have strong personalities. So I just think people should the government should concentrate on appointing a man with charismatic personality to head that agency. Because if we watch our EFCC during the time of the whole about it was revolving around the man. When we had people who were less charismatic coming, EFCC had a law. Now we have a Mago who is also a kind of fiery, and then we could see some flurry of activities there. So for ICPC, I think after the first chairman, it has been crawling, and the personalities involved. So we need somebody who is more vibrant, who has more audacity, and then who has the strength to actually drive the body. As of now, it's comatose.
Okay, so looking at the New Telegraph, how airlines drug barons implicate Nigerians, says federal government, sex execution of Nigerians in Saudi Arabia pathetic.
Well, the Saudi Arabia issue, I saw the picture yesterday. It was very saddening that a Nigerian was executed. But the Nigerian government is always reactionary, and that is my problem with this knee-jerk approach to issues. So that means, what was the Nigerian embassy in Saudi Arabia doing to have not let us know that Nigeria was on the death row? Why have we not made statements before now? Have we intervened? Did we make some publicity, press publicity?
The Nigerian embassies across the world have data of Nigerians coming into those countries.
That is the problem.
So we'll know the situation of the citizens in those countries. So
for Abike Dabiri coming to tell us yesterday, making media chats, I felt that was too late. These media chats and these things would have been done before so that if we have an appeal for clemency or commuting of the sentence, there could be something. But when it's already done, you are talking about meeting Saudi Arabia officials and the rest, so it doesn't work. So next time, we should be more proactive to issues like this. It happens in Indonesia, it's happened in Singapore. When an American has issues, look at what they did. Look at even the issue of the guy, but he later died. They had to expatriate from North Korea.
Yeah, North Korea.
And so many other places where they look at even China, what China is doing about the arrest of the Huawei director of finance, and how they are using it as a yardstick for diplomatic negotiation. But Nigeria will wait.
So what do we have to do?
Well, what we have to do is for Nigerians to stay clear of Saudi Arabia. It's not a country that that you toy with, because the death maximum penalty, which is death, is applicable for drug offender. There are so many legitimate businesses to do. So for people to start making quick money, carrying drugs and other kinds of banned substances, it's not allowed. And then, because you can do it in some certain countries and get away with it, like in Europe, you know that you won't be killed. In America, you know that you may not be killed. Although America still have death sentences in some cases, but it's very pronounced, like Singapore, like Saudi Arabia, those things.
Asian countries.
They don't joke with those. And then if you know you are going in for it, well, you go in for it. Okay,
looking at The Guardian here, there's a story I'm interested in. NCC moves to curb crimes committed with pre-registered SIM cards.
Well, the NCC, I must call them low in consumer protection.
Okay.
I don't know what they are. In terms of regulation, they will huff and puff, they will make all the noise, all the media noise, call the press conferences, and they don't do anything. For example, there was this issue of unsolicited messages, that you can dial a particular code, do not disturb, and then...
Well, a lot of people still get unsolicited
yes,
messages.
you still do those codes, and it doesn't work. A lot of the telecoms operator violates this, and then it still doesn't work. And then the NCC, when you challenge them, will tell you, oh, we cannot monitor everything, send your complaints. But if there are other things,
handle those complaints?
They don't handle it well. So I think the NCC should just be more active, be more proactive. They should, let's see examples being set for, let's say, for example, a subscriber who sent those kind of messages, unsolicited messages, and gets it, and when he makes a case, let's see the telecom operators being fined.
Okay.
Or being, but those things, they don't do it. They make noise in the media, and then the consumers keep suffering. So I think the NCC should rather stop backing. They should start biting.
Okay. The Daily Sun says here, the headline says, Buhari accuses National Assembly of padding, says lawmakers inflated debts federal government owes states, cites Delta Taraba figures as example. Senator Skip Mam.
Well, I don't know. I think the problem has always been that the executive feels that when it sends a budget estimate to the National Assembly, that it is their prerogative, it is their duty as the executive to send, to make the budget estimates and send. But in Nigeria, what we're having is that the National Assembly feels that it can't handle its own budget, budgetary allocation for the National Assembly. Then, that was what was happening. Then, all of a sudden, they started inserting projects called constituency projects into their own, when they are trying to look into the budget. I think that's an anomaly. So that's an anomaly. It's not supposed to be. And then they now tell the executive that, oh, you didn't budget enough here. We have to increase it here. We have to bring it. I think it's not their duty. It's the duty when you have such intent. You invite the people who presented the budget and say, look, this we feel is inadequate. Do something here, do something. It's their duty to the executive to do that. All right. So accuse them of bad padding. It has always been going on. And the president has expressed frustration over the last 3 years about this. And I think the assembly members should know that it's not their work to make budgets.
All right, Ambrose Ogboke, thank you very much for talking to us.